What were you working on specifically with Dejounte and CJ down there? Was it reading screens on the way you want them to come off of them?
Yeah, it was one of our sets, just showing them the different options and reads out of it. We're kind of newly putting it in, just showing them all the different reads and options for those two guys when they're in it.
Well, you don't get a lot of breaks in the NBA schedule, but I mean, you did get three days this time. I mean, what can that do for this team, you feel like?
It's great for us in the sense that we get a day off yesterday to fill our cups, rest, recover. We had a really good practice today, high-level, detailed practice. We'll get another one tomorrow, probably not as much up and down, but some execution work. And it allows you to take a step back, look at some of our concepts that we're doing well and areas that we can improve in and try to pick some of those to go on the floor and work on.
You've made some strides in different areas, obviously less turnovers in this last game, putting up more points. What are a couple things that you'd really like to see the team attack in this stretch where you have a couple of days off? Very
similar to what you just talked about, making sure that we value possessions, don't give teams more opportunities to score on us, so valuing the ball, low turnovers, our shot profile, trying to make sure we're getting closer to 43s up. We were close in San Antonio, and quality threes. We want to get our assist numbers up. We feel like that's an area that we can really grow, sharing the ball, 0.5, getting to the paint, being intentional about the kickouts, getting to the rim. So those are some things we talked about offensively. Defensively, we got to guard the ball better. We got to keep teams out of our paint. We got to do better in transition. So we haven't been good in those areas. We're getting on the floor and trying to work on those.
What do you think particularly you see in the last minute of the San Antonio game when y'all didn't score in the last minute? Anything particularly
you got two good looks. Yeah. Dejounte got an in-and-out look. Yves got an offensive rebound and put back. And then Trey, third look, Trey got an open three. So 3 good looks, we got to knock them down.
Well, is it all about actually now just eliminating that really bad defensive quarter? I think last 2 second quarters, over 40 points both for OKC and San Antonio.
It is. We put together, I was going over it in my mind, 9 good quarters out of 12. And you got to eliminate those bad quarters and try to be sort of, more even if you can. And that's our area of growth. We know we'll come out every day and look at the things we do well and try to make some improvements, but we got to be better at trying to put more of a 48-minute game together.
And since you've got only just 2 games in 11 days, are you kind of almost treating this like a training camp, like trying to nail down those fundamentals, staying in front of the ball, things like that?
Yeah, we are. We're trying to you can't work on everything at one time, but we'll try to take 1 or 2 concepts on both ends of the ball, walk out on the floor, watch film on it, walk out on the floor, teach it, work on it on the floor, and then making sure that we're implementing it and seeing carryover when we get in games.
And how important is it to get – I know Herb's back, so he's almost like your defensive coordinator out there, that safety. But getting Yves Missi kind of up to par. I mean, he's still, for everything he's done well, there's still always some breakdowns. He's like your last line of defense. I know that you're asking a lot of him this year, but is that going to be a big part of what you do, trying to just get him back in that – or maybe win the flow with the guys so that defensively you guys will be just a stronger unit out there?
Yeah, Yves is growing. I mean, our whole group, it is almost like a training camp for us. We had so many guys out, different lineups, different rotations. Yves has been probably one of the more steady guys in the lineup and playing. He's covering up a lot for guys, so it's collective. It's our wings, guards doing their job on the ball with their communication, and then Yves covering us on the back end, going to block shots, finishing possessions. And even sometimes Yves is on the perimeter. He has that capability where he can switch screens and guard certain matchups. So it's going to take some work, but we're getting there.
And do you have any updates with Jose or Zion on their hamstring injuries?
They're both getting better. They're both progressing to do more on the floor, but no further update in terms of their return.
What about Javonte, Daniel, those guys? Are they going to be able to maybe play?
Day-to-day. More day-to-day with those 2 guys. DT went through practice. Theis went through practice, so we'll see where he is in the next couple of days.
And Hawk still isn't practicing?
Non-contact practice for Hawk today, but until we get affirmed, this is the update, this is the timeline, we just kind of play it by ear.
I know we kind of asked you about BI, but just kind of getting back on it again. How is he doing, just mentally as far as, this process?
It's tough. I thought that was you go back and watch that play. He got up under BI. They called it offensive foul, number 1. We didn't agree with that. But mentally, you know, it's been B.I. having that injury has been tough on him, and I had a chance to talk through with it with him, and it's going to be something that he just has to continue to try to take some positives out of it and take it day by day, attack each day. And I think the good news is that it's not career-ending, it's not career-threatening, it's not season-threatening. It's just a matter of, you know, how soon can he get back to himself.
When a play like that happens, is that something that you send to the league, or
we do?
You do? Okay.
We do. We sent it to the league, and we haven't heard back yet, but we'll see what they say.
Yves has been going through a lot of firsts this year. He said he finally got a shot blocked by Victor, obviously, in this last game. Is it kind of funny to hear things like that from him, and just how new all of this is for him?
It is. You know, we forget that he's 20 years old, and this is his first season. We're putting a lot on his shoulders. And the beauty in it is that he can handle it. He steps on the floor every day, and you can see he is dialed into the details, dialed into what concepts we want to implement. I'm extremely proud of him, and I know I'll speak for our whole staff and what he's been able to accomplish thus far in the season, and we need him. So he's gonna continue to have a lot of firsts, and a lot of those firsts have been really good for him.
Thank you.